Dirigible for BFFR, and this is just a very interesting concept, extremely fun and relatable. This is all too feasible in this sad reality where everyone feels lonely, and they have a very cool script and great performances. I think in general you are trying to identify what's happening. Maybe they are long lost friends, and then it's just why are they not compatible at all. It's just very interesting to identify what's happening, and it was just a lovely ending. Tragic but lovely. I enjoyed it a lot.
BFFR, I thought this was really clever. The whole time going through it, especially in the beginning, I was trying to figure out what the connection between these two women were, because clearly they are very, very different people and they approach life very, very differently. And you could just see that in the way that, like, she was in her car versus how the other woman was, like, in her living room kind of preparing. And you could just tell their energies and just their general, not even just their appearance, but their general approach to how they interacted and, like, with other people, and how they approached life was just very clearly very, very different. And it's not that you can't have friends that do have a very opposite approach to you, but you could clearly tell that, like, they did not have that, like, comfort and the familiarity with each other. So I was trying to figure out the whole film, like, what the situation was, but they, like, both weren't leaving, and it was clear that, like, they were both trying to have this, like, connection, or to, have this moment of some kind. So I was really, really curious, and spent a lot of the time trying to figure out what it was, which I think was really smart of the filmmakers, because they kept it just interesting enough, and they gave you just enough of, like, clues and things that they hinted at before you got to the very end, where it's kind of revealed that it's, like, a best friend for rent, that it kind of kept you guessing and kept you really intrigued of, like, what brought these two women together, and why they were together, like, what kind of precipitated that. So I really thought it was very, very smart, because it kept it really intriguing, and it kept me, like, really captivated and in the film, because I was trying to figure out, like, what their possible connection could be, until, you got to the very end when it has the reveal. So I thought it was great.
This is a fun romantic story. Best Friend for Rent is this tale of these two energies sort of coming together and having this really wholesome, young hearted moment. I think the scene that sticks out to me the most vibrantly is the scene of them sort of having this nice back and forth banter between the two. And the banter of it all being this simple gesture of a knock knock joke, right? And so we have this knock knock joke, and it's the banana, banana, aren't you glad that I, didn't say banana? And so you get this nice cadence, this nice fluctuation between the two personalities that you get to see unfold on screen. And the lighting is sort of dim, therefore making this sort of a little bit more intimate. You're not necessarily aware of what's exactly happening until the very end, as they, like, flash the card that leads into the credit sequence. But people crave to be seen, people crave to have this sort of comfort. And I think just having that, just those brief moments to have one's attention goes a long way. 7 minutes alone in itself makes all the difference. And so you sort of in a sense, get those 7 minutes with these characters.